This is my new AWANFI or AWANFI A61 portable power station. I bought this to replace my homemade one, which is okay, but it doesn't have the power this one does, and it's a lot heavier. This particular unit is in the neighborhood of $300 from store AWANFI if you buy it directly from them. If you go on a website like Amazon, I think they're going to get you for an extra $100, so you got to watch those guys. This comes with a manual, a car cigarette adapter, an MC4 solar connector to Anderson plug, a power supply 65 watt, the adapter plug, and the unit itself, of course. This came about half charged or at 11 volts. I checked with my handy dandy Harbor Freight meter, and let me just turn it on to show what it indicates. Turning DC on, you can see it's at 3 bars, 11 volts. These are your inputs. This is for your using either your car input or your 12 volt input from the power pack. Or not the power pack, the power brick. It has Anderson pole connectors. They tell me this is a 10 amp connection. I think they mean that this is a 10 amp maximum input, because that looks like, you take a close look, that looks like a 15 amp Anderson pole connection. It has several DC USB outputs. It has a cigarette output on the top. This is where I checked the voltage with the DC on. It was 11 volts. It has 2 AC outputs. These are 500 watt total pure sine wave. This thing weighs about 11 pounds. The input is for the solar panel is maximum power point tracking, which should allow a lot more wattage than what they say, but they say it's 65 watts is all you get at 505 watt hours, and 65 watts, you're looking at about 7 hours and 45 minutes to get this thing fully charged. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my AC adapter in it, and come over here with to my power strip and my little kilowatt meter, and we're going to see just what this thing draws charging. I think that'd be interesting to find out. It's putting out 12.12 volts. 121.2 volts. Zero amps. That's odd. And no watts. It acts like it's not charging. So let me see if I'm doing something wrong over at the unit. That's in. That's in. Oh, no. Now it says it's charging. Maybe I didn't have a good solid connection here. Let me give that a push. So I guess that's a little finicky. Okay, so it's taking a charge at this point. I want to see what it's saying it's putting in. It's putting out 60 watts. That's what it's drawing. They say the thing is 65 watts, but 60 watts is what it draws, and those aren't 100% efficient. So you're probably looking at maybe 54 watts going. 0.85 amps. times 120 volts. They say that's 60.6 watts, 60.3, 60 cycles, and it's drawn nothing so far. I'm gonna let this run until it's fully charged, and we'll see just what kind of power this thing is gonna absorb. But that 60 watts going in is not really anything to write home about. Here's some information that was on the box. You may find of use. Look at the other side. I'm not certain if this has pass-through charging or not. After I get this thing charged up, I'll do a more elaborate test on it. But I guess I could find out if the DC charges passes through. Let me just get a little deal over here, and I'll plug it in. Well, I guess it does. So it does have DC pass through. That's good to know. DC passes through. Turn that DC, those jacks off. Like I said, it's got 210 volt grounded outlets, or at least 3-prong outlets. I don't know if they're grounded, maybe grounded internal. It's got a neat little light, a button for your AC, a button for the DC, and a button for the USB. The display also shows the battery state and what's energized. It says USB's energized, DC's energized, along with the cigarette lighter. The AC port is energized, and the light is on. It doesn't say that here, but it should be able to see it. Well, that's my initial review of this thing. When I get a little more information, I'll just see what's going to take to charge this thing up. I'm a little disappointed. 60 watts going in. Well, that's what 60 watts going into this thing. And like I say, the efficiency might be close to 100, but more likely it's like 90%. So 55 watt input, and I'm half charged. So I got to do 250 watts. It should take, what, 5 hours to charge this thing fully up? We'll see. Hang on a second. I want to see if this darn thing will give me an AC throughput. Hang on.